A big hello to all the viewers. So this is an interview session with Dr. Nikita, who has secured rank 3 in the DM Neurology entrance exam of NIMHANS. So first of all, Dr. Nikita, welcome and hearty congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So rank 3 in a Central Institute. Okay, I'll start off with the first question. When did you know the result and what was the first reaction?
So the results came today in the morning, sir, late in the morning. And I don't know, I was really scared to look at the results. And when finally I looked at it, and just like you predicted, I got rank 3, sir. I was overwhelmed. It was like a dream come
definitely
true.
it must be a dream come true moment. Definitely yes. Now for the viewers, I think since Nikita is a top ranker, I'm sure that the viewers would want to know her journey, how she has achieved such a big feat in a Central Institute exam, such a competitive exam. So we'll know from her. To begin with, Nikita, can you just brief on from where you did your MBBS and subsequent MD?
Yes, sir. Most of my medical schooling has been done in Telangana state, sir. MBBS from Kamineni Institute and MD from Chalmada Anandarao Institute, sir.
Okay.
Who's that I have done my senior residency in Osmania Government Hospital, sir. After that, I've given a NEET exam, got a pretty decent score, joined a DNB institute because I wanted to stay in the city for my newborn kid.
Okay.
But because of certain health reasons, I couldn't continue that, sir. Okay. So I resigned in 2020 and I was back to square one. Had to start all over again. And my journey for
so that must have been a big decision, no? Quitting an institute after getting a seat and then preparing again. It must have been a big decision.
Sir. It took a lot of guts. It took a lot of help from my family who believed that I could achieve in Central Institute, because it's like a bird in hand is equals to 2. That's what they say. So I'm leaving the bird in my hand. I don't know if I'd get the Central Institute or not. It was quite a big decision for me. Correct. And but looking back, I think I made a wise decision.
Okay. So now, see, during your residency in your college, when was it that you thought, okay, neurology is what I'm going to take for super specialization? Was it something, you thought right from first year residency or at a later point?
So I think I must say at a later point, I mean, neurology has always been fascinated for me, but I was considering other options too. But it was after MD, I guess, interest in neurology peaked. And after doing a brief period of neurology residency, that's when I realized that my passion lies in neurology and I have to do it in a Central Institute.
Okay. All right. Now, see, next, since you are a NIMHANS top ranker, I just want to know from you, for the viewers. So most of my questions will be for the viewers. So how is the NIMHANS exam pattern? Like how many questions? What is the share of questions for neurology, for medicine? And how do you rate the general exam pattern? We'll come to the current exam pattern and questions, but regarding the general pattern of NIMHANS, can you just brief on that?
Yes, sir. Like any other Central Institute, NIMHANS is concentrates mostly on neurology. So by saying that, I mean you have to be, you need to have an edge in neurology, like reading from the DM textbooks like Bradley, Adams. Okay. So that is how it is in Central Institutes like NIMHANS. So the basic pattern is mostly majority of the questions are from neurology, with a few questions from the feeder branches, the medicine and pediatrics.
Okay. So out of the 100 questions, around 70% of the questions will be from the neurology part.
Yes, sir. Around
and 30% from the medicine
will be
correct?
From neurology.
Now,
yes,
okay. Now, if you analyze the exam pattern over the last few years of NIMHANS, now, how do you want to rate a NIMHANS neurology paper? Like, are there any core areas that they focus on? or is the pattern anyway different from another exam? Like, I mean, the question type is different from another exam like AIMS or maybe even a NEET exam. What do you want to say about that?
Yes, sir. So basically, in neurology, there are certain topics which are examiners' hot favorite, like things like stroke and epilepsy, movement disorders. So, and especially pediatric neurology has been the current favorite for all the examiners, both in central institutes and also in NEET. So, yeah, basically, there are certain important topics in which you have to have a thorough knowledge about those particular topics. So, like A to Z about the entire topic is a must in such things. That's what.
In case of NIMHANS, certain topic areas like say congenital myasthenic syndromes, okay, metabolic myopathies. So I think, compared to other exams, the more questions are asked from the LMN part. Yes, you will have questions from the other areas also, but I'm saying, what I have noticed is that other exams, they have more of a predilection for stroke, demyelination, movement disorders, dementia, but lesser number comparatively. This is just a comparison. Comparatively lesser number of questions from the LMN. But in case of NIMHANS, you get good number of questions, which I think,
Yes.
during the group that I had formed, the doc tutorials, we had formed a group for NIMHANS preparation. So in that group also, in the initial Zoom meeting that I had conducted, I had specifically told the percentage of questions from the LMN area, lower motor neuron area, would be comparatively good, right?
Yes, sir. There will usually be at least one question on NCS EMG, sir, in NIMHANS.
All right. Now, see, next question is overall, how do you rate the toughness of, because you have given the NIMHANS exam last time also, correct? So how was the paper this time? Was it easy, moderate, or very tough? How was the difficulty level?
So this time the paper was quite good only, sir, compared to the previous.
Slightly on the easier side compared to even last year also. Okay.
Yes,
so the
sir.
cutoff also was higher this time.
Yes,
Correct?
sir. Usually, according to my observation, sir, usually the session 2 is usually harder than the session 1. Even if you see the rank list also, sir, session 1, usually the rankers will be around 80. Whereas in session 2, the rankers will be around 60 only. The difficulty of the paper is more for session 2 comparatively, is what I observed.
Okay.
So
what
session
Nikita is
2
saying is session 1 and 2 are about the 2 exams, that are conducted a year for NIMHANS. Okay, for those who do not know. So, all right. So now, see, when you started preparing for NIMHANS, okay, so what was your main source? Like, I know that you have already joined for our lectures. So have you watched all the lectures that we have in doc tutorials?
Yes, sir. I've once I started subscribing for doc tutorials, I would first do your video, sir. I would that particular topic. I would finish watching the video, and then I would read the same from Harrison and Bradley. And I wouldn't find many extra points because you would have covered all that in the same video.
So that is actually a very important strategy. Like some students, they first read the textbook and then watch the lecture. But I think, once you watch the lecture first, your concepts are more solid. And then when you read it, it is more easier. So that
it
is also
like a revision once you're reading it.
Exactly. So what about, the exams also? Like after like the NIMHANS exam was announced, we had conducted a mock exam also for NIMHANS. So what was your rank in that mock exam?
Sir, my rank, I think it was around 7, I guess. I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. So around 7 was your rank. All right. Now, see, I think, Nikita is also a candidate who has cleared the AIMS first round interview also. She narrowly missed the second round interview. So, Nikita, see, how was that AIMS experience? Because I know it personally, but still, I want the viewers also to know it. So how was the AIMS experience, and post AIMS, how did you actually come back?
AIMS was a different ball game altogether, sir. It was, it was like the paper is an 80 marks question for the stage 1.
So this is Nikita is now talking of the round 1. Okay, 1 for AIMS is actually an MCQ round. So she's now talking of round 1.
Yes, sir. So the stage 1 is MCQ round, which has 80 questions, and it's purely neurology. So the toughness is quite extreme. After that, once you clear that, you go for the stage
Go to
2.
the round 2. So round
Yes.
1, just for the viewers, Nikita is saying it is 80 questions, 80 for the AIMS round 1. It's a neurology paper, but please mind you that there may be 3 or 4 questions from biostatistics. Even this time it was there. Even last time also it was there. So you cannot neglect biostatistics for AIMS. Okay, correct, Nikita? Even this time it was asked biostatistics.
Yes, there were around 5 questions in biostatistics.
By biostatistics. So it's mainly a neurocentric exam for AIMS. Whereas for NIMHANS, you will have medicine questions also. So Nikita, you crossed round 1. You went to round 2, and I still remember, we had a discussion group for the interview as well, and you were, one of the top performers also in that group. But somehow on that day, luck was not on your side. So can you just tell about that?
Yes, sir. All the mock sessions, mock interviews that you have conducted, they were really quite useful, sir. And I mean, how to talk and what are the questions that are probably likely to be asked. So all that you have covered, and how to talk to them, how to be presentable and all, you covered everything. But yeah, I guess it was the nerves. I couldn't perform well on that day, no matter how many
you also
we had.
maybe you were a bit unlucky also, you got only very little time, correct? No?
Yes, sir. I don't know. There was some problem with the connectivity, and the questions were not portrayed. So they just asked me random questions, and that was where I fumbled. So it didn't go well.
Correct. So basically, to the viewers, Nikita was one of the solid performers that we had in our AIMS interview group, because I used to conduct mock interview sessions for them. So she was a very good performer. She, we had thought that she would definitely crack, but somehow, that day did not go well for her. So Nikita, you remember the conversation we had on that day and the subsequent days also. So what do you have to say about that?
Yes, sir. I was very upset, sir. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know where I went wrong. I called you, sir, that day, and I shared it with you. Soon after the interview, I told you how it went, and you just boosted my confidence, and you just said, "It's okay. There must be a bigger plan for you." That's what you said, I remember. And then, yet I was very upset. I didn't know from here where to go. I didn't know. And you
I
said,
still remember,
okay.
I understood, you were very much upset. And I still remember a couple of days after the exam result, I then again messaged you whether you started studying or not, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you said, "Don't worry, Nikita. We'll prepare for NIMHANS together." And yeah, I'm really glad.
So
Grateful
actually,
for your
in a way, it actually turned to be a blessing in disguise. In fact, because NIMHANS is the country's topmost institute for neurology, no doubt about that. So remember, God had better plans for you, and now you are ranked 3 in NIMHANS. Okay, so I think that should be a dream come
It
true
was a
moment for
blessing
you.
in disguise, I must say.
Yeah, yeah. So she has already told us about the exam patterns, of AIMS versus NIMHANS, about the question pattern of NIMHANS, and she said, this is a relatively easy exam this time. But Nikita, you would agree with me on one aspect. See, NIMHANS usually, do not have long stem questions like AIMS. Okay, AIMS usually have a longer stem questions, but NIMHANS is shorter stem questions. So Nikita, when you prepare for an exam like NIMHANS, okay, a competitive exam, so this time we know the exam was slightly on the easier side. So when you prepared, is it like, I know that NIMHANS is going to ask me only one-liner, so I'll study only one-liner type? Or is it like, see, I should be prepared for everything. I should have a good range. That is what I aim for. We just want to know the mindset of a topper, how do you prepare for the exam?
Yes, sir, as you said, this time the paper was relatively easy, but you can't always bank on it. So, yes, there are one-liners in that, but still, one-liners can be tough too. You need to have a complete knowledge about the topics, and that's how you can get a better score. Because in NIMHANS, what happens is there are very few seats. So there's very little difference between the people in the rank list and people in the waiting list, just like 0.5, 0.25. So
Yeah, I know
even
that
that,
because even after the exam day results, like you were also like wanting to know like if there anybody
yes,
near, because even if it is a simple exam, the cutoff would be like that.
yes,
So
sir, yes, sir.
a single question can cost you. So that is very important.
Single question, yes, sir.
Yeah.
A
So what
decimal
that is a
point
very
can change your rank.
Yeah.
Yes,
So that is a very important message that Nikita is giving to all future aspirants. See, when you prepare each question and when you write the exam, each question is important. It's not like you can skip a particular area or topic because you are attending a central institute exam, a competitive exam. So you have got to give your best. Okay. And when you prepare, though NIMHANS usually asks one-liner questions, I would always say that you should be prepared for everything. Just like Nikita, like even if another day the question were long stem clinical questions, because we never know the next time the exam board decides, let's put longer clinical questions with more images, then it is another different story. So she's telling us we should be prepared for everything. Correct, Nikita?
yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So Nikita, next, just the last question regarding your doc tutorials journey. So how do you find, on an honest note, how do you find the lectures, the exams that we conduct, and the interview sessions and the mentorship that we conduct under the doc tutorials platform?
So unfortunately, I got to know about doctor tutorials very late in my journey. Before that, I used to read from Harrison, then I would read from Bradley, and then make notes and everything. But once I subscribed to doc tutorials and I saw your video, you have covered everything. Like you have covered Harrison's, Bradley, you have covered the basics, you have covered even the recent updates from journals and also. So it's a complete package in just one video. So it actually made the preparation quite easy. I mean, you don't have to spend so many hours
Okay.
together
And
when you have it ready made in a silver platter in doc tutorials app. So that's quite
that's great.
helpful.
That's great. And, I hope the exams also that we conducted, including the mock exams that were helpful.
Yes, sir. The mock exams were quite helpful. I mean, you go to the exam without any preparation, it's kind of difficult. But these mock exams prepare you for that. The time management, the way your brain is tuned to solving the questions, all that you would know by the number of mock exams that you solve. So that has helped me a lot.
Okay. Now, the last part of the interview, like I'm sure that many of the future NIMHANS neurology, DM neurology aspirants are listening to you. So I'm first asking you from the point of view of a resident, okay? And then, I'll go to the post MD. As a resident, I've just joined, say, first year, or maybe I'm in second year. How should I prepare for entrance exams, DM exams? Should I prepare from first or second year, or should I wait for a post MD and then prepare? So what should be the strategy? As a resident, I'm asking you.
Yes, sir. I would answer this like an old timer, sir. I think when you're in your residency, concentrate on that. Be a
Very
good
good.
physician
Yes,
first.
this is very, very important. I think the most important message of this interview. Many of the students, when they get into residency, first thing, what should I prepare? What specialization should I prepare for? You've got to be a good physician first, and then go for a super specialist. Even my teachers, always tell this to us also. The first day we joined residency, that is, we should first become a physician. That's a very important message that Nikita is giving us. So Nikita, but my perspective also would be like once you enter into second year, because first year I think you have got to be, because usually first years are, first year is actually a hectic one. So once you get into second year, probably you get a breather, you get more time compared to a first year. So probably I think in my perspective that is when you can think of starting your exam preparation. You would agree with that, Nikita?
Yes, sir. The exam preparation will be starting from there. I mean, you'd be reading from your Harrisons. So
Yeah.
be thorough with the Harrison. And what more do you need? You're preparing for your MD also. You're preparing for your future DM exams also. Harrison is a Bible. So as much time you can spend with that, the more the better.
Okay. So that's it, like about Dr. Nikita. You see, after the AIMS interview also, if you were, suppose, any of the listener, you were in her place, at least some of you would feel dejected having not cracked the Central Institute exam. but see how she actually turned her fortunes in 1 month, correct? In 1 month, Dr. Nikita. So now she is in the country's topmost institute. Okay, as a neurologist, I'm sure you will definitely reach great heights. Okay, so thank you so much, Nikita, for taking time. Okay, and wish you all the best for your future. All right.
Thank you, sir. It was my pleasure.